Hello students, this is Shyam and this online content has been provided to you by Vidya Jyoti Eduversity. And today's class topic is Mexican cuisine, and that we are going to cover up introduction of Mexican cuisine, geographical location, history of Mexico, regional influences on this cuisine, some common ingredients, regional specialties and equipment used in Mexican cuisine for the course of BSc in Hotel Management and Catering Technology, Semester 6, and subject is Food Production 5. The objectives of this class are to know the historical and climatic influences on the food, to know the different ingredients used in the cuisine of Mexico, to understand how food preparation is done in this cuisine, and to get knowledge of regional cuisines of Mexico. In the introduction, I would like to tell about Mexican food has a strong influence on the cuisine of Central American countries. It is also popular throughout the world for its tacos, guacamole, quesadilla, enchiladas, carnitas, etc. With its variety of indigenous civilization, each region of Mexico is marked by a distinct aroma, taste, and texture. It has a very unique flavor and their food. Mexico is known in the world to new culinary horizon with its universal contribution of vanilla, avocado, corn, tomato, and chocolate amongst other. The staple diet of Mexico is corn, beans, and chilies. In Mexico, one can find a blend of Aztecs, which is the civilization cultivating the maize, red beans, and rice, and Spanish influence of the cooking. Typically is the country's old mole poblano, a thick dark sauce made with the dried chilies, nut seeds, spices, cocoa, and other ingredients. Dish by the name of mole poblano, the gozalote made with the poultry, cocoa, and spices is a delicacy from Guatemala. Mexico, with its more than 100 varieties of chilies range from red to brown color, is used in the varieties of dishes and is very famous for its savory herbs, stewed and sausages, as well as sauces. The geographical location of Mexico is by itself an indicator of its biodiversity and also cultural diversity, which has a profound impact on its cuisine. Mexico is located in North America. It is bordered by USA in its north, by the Pacific Oceans on its south and west, by Guatemala, Belize, and Caribbean Seas on its southeast, and on its east in the Gulf of Mexico. The Tropic of Cancer divides Mexico in two halves, with its northern region. The climate of Mexico is quite dry and wet. Rainfall, especially the eastern region near Gulf of Mexico, lasts from July to September. The climate conditions are very conducive to the growth of tropical fruit and vegetables. Mexico has a variety of ingredients. Mexican ingredients are rarely eaten in Mexico but are very popular in Northern America. The history of Mexican cuisine and the Mexico is divided into three parts: pre-Hispanic period, Aztec cuisine, and post-conquest. The indigenous people of Mexico and Central America hunted game and gathered plants, including wild chili peppers. Corns were not used yet cultivated, so one main source of calories was roasted agave hearts. By 200 BC, corn was domesticated and a process called nixtamalization or treatment with lye was developed to soften corn for grinding and improve its nutritional value. This allowed the creation of tortillas and other kinds of flatbreads. The indigenous people of Mesoamerica had numerous stories about the origin of corn, usually related to being a gift of one or more gods such as Quetzalcoatl. The other staple was beans eaten with corn as a complementary protein. Despite this, studies of bones have shown problems with the lack of protein in the indigenous diet, as a meat was difficult to obtain. Other protein sources, including amarnath, domesticated turkey, insects such as grasshopper and ant larvae, quinoa, and turtle eggs on the coastline. Vegetables included squash and their seeds, silacayote, zimica, a kind of sweet potato, and edible flowers, especially those of squash. The chili pepper was used as food ritual and as a medicine. When Spanish arrived, the Aztecs had sophisticated agriculture techniques and an abundance of food, which was the base of their economy. It allowed them to expand an empire, bringing in tribute mostly of the foods the Aztecs could not grow themselves. According to Bernardino de Sahagún and Nahua, people of central Mexico ate corn, beans, turkey, fish, small games, insects, and a variety of fruits, vegetable pulses, seeds, tuber wild mushroom, plants, and herbs that they collected or cultivated. Post conquest, a reconstructed kitchen at former monastery of San Miguel, Huezo, Zingo, Puebla. Mexican educator Justo Sierra said that the grocer, not the consecrator, is the real Spanish father of Mexican society. After the conquest, the Spanish introduced a variety of foodstuff and cooking techniques from Europe. Spanish cooking at that time was already a mixture of ingredients because of 8 centuries of our influence. The aim of the introduction was produce their home cuisine, but over it has incorporated with native ingredients and cooking techniques. Introducing food included olive oil, rice, onion, garlic, oregano, coriander, cinnamon, clove, and many other herbs and spices. More importantly, they introduced domestic animals such as pigs, cows, chicken, goats, and sheep for the meat and milk, raising the consumption of protein. Cheese became the most important dairy product. The most important cooking technique introduced by Spanish was frying. Despite the domination of Spanish culture, Mexican has maintained their base of corn, beans, and chili peppers. One reason for this was overwhelming population of indigenous people in the earlier colonies period, and the fact that many ingredients for Spanish cooking were not available or very expensive in Mexico. One of the main avenue for the mixing of two cuisines was in convent. For example, Spanish brought rice to the Mexico and it has since grown well in Veracruz. New World tomatoes eventually replaced the use of expensive Spanish saffron as well as other local ingredients. Sugar cane was brought to the country and grew as well, leading the creation of many kinds of sweets, especially local fruits in syrup. During the 19th century, Mexico experienced an influx of various immigrants, including French, Lebanese, German, Chinese, and Italian, which have had some effect on the food. During the French intervention in Mexico, French food became popular with upper classes, and influence on these new trends came from Chef Theodore, who was brought to Mexico by Emperor Maximilian of Habsburg. One lasting evidence of this is the variety of bread and sweetbreads such as bolillos, ponces, and much more, which can be found in Mexican bakeries. The German brought beer brewing techniques, and the Chinese added their cuisine to certain areas of the country. This led to the Mexico characterize its cuisine more by its relation to the popular traditions rather than on particular cooking techniques. About the region of Mexico, there are four major regions in Mexican cuisine, which provides different types of meal or variation of aromas, texture, and flavor to the traditional Mexican meal. Puebla, Oaxaca, Yucatan, and Veracruz, but also a more general division is Central Mexico, Southern Mexico, and Pacific Coast. Puebla is situated not far from Mexico City, and its cuisines is represented by the mole sauce that covers chicken, camotes, dessert with tattoos, and many pastries. Osaka is famous for oxaquino mole that also contains bananas for a sweeter flavor. Yucatan has many sauces with fruit spread over chicken or pork. In Veracruz, like all the Pacific coast, the main dish is fish, like a fish dish a la Veracruzana, which is topped with local sauce made up of tomatoes, olive, and chilies. The best assortment for the fish are fruits, especially the exotic ones. Generally, in central Mexico, there is a mixture of Spanish and Aztec cuisines. Nuts, different spices, cocoa seeds are very much used. In the south, peppers are mostly used dry, especially in stews and toppings. The best sauce for the seafood, famous on Pacific coast, is the achote sauce, which is also added to chicken or the pork. Mexico have grown a lot of local fruits and vegetables. It consists of many ingredients which gives a unique taste and flavor to the dishes. Some of them are the chilies. There are around 250 varieties of chilies that grow in Mexico, and each one has a different culinary use. It is commonly used in as ingredient in sauces and dishes. Some of the most common ones are varieties are Habanero, counted among the hottest chili. It is green well unripe when takes on various colors such as orange, yellow, and even white as it ripens. It is the second hottest chili in the world after the Indian variety called Naga Jolokia. Jalapeno is the most famous chilies used all over the world. It is a chili of Spanish origin. It is a thick chili between 4 to 9 centimeter long with a smooth and shiny texture. It is harvested green. Jalapenos are also commonly sold sliced and brine. Tabasco. This pepper comes from the Tabasco region of Mexico as is the one of the most popular chili in Tabasco sauce. The chili grows in a unique manner by growing upward from the plant. It is available in many colors on the same plants. These chili are small but white hot as and pungent. Jimica is a Mexican potato. It is a sweet root vegetable that looks like a turnip. It can be eaten raw but is commonly eaten in the salads. Avocado is basically a fruit which is used in different kinds of vegetable salads, resembles like pear. Green fruit have a buttery taste used in many dishes like salad, dips, etc. Plantanos. It is a banana-like fruit that is used in cooking. It is not as sweet as banana and does not break in cooking. It is also called plantains. Frijoles are basically beans are popularly used in Mexican cuisine depending on the colors like black or red. They are known as frijoles, negro, or frijol roco, respectively. They are cooked like stews or combined with the meat or even boiled and served as salads. Tomatillo. It belongs to the family of tomato and is related to the Cape gooseberries, also known as tomat verde. It is a green colored tomato which is used in preparation of many dishes like salads, accompaniment with grilled meats, and also for making salsas. As everybody knows about the Mexican cuisine, corn is used in abundant. Corn is one of the most commonly eaten food in Mexico since the time of usually for feeding livestock, whereas the variety white is used for human consumption. The leaves of corn are also used for preparing dishes like tamale. Corn is used as a grain and can be crushed to make flour that is commonly used in Mexican cuisine. The main contribution of the Spanish were meat and cheese, as the Mesoamerican diet contained very little meat beside domestic turkey and dairy birds were absent. Mexican also introduced the technique of frying in pork fat. Today the main meat found in Mexico are pork, chicken, beef, goat and sheep. Native seafood and fish remains popular, especially along the coast. Cheesemaking in Mexico has evolved its own specialty. It is an important economic activity, especially in North, and is frequently done at home. The main cheese-making areas are Chihuahua, Oaxaca, Querétaro, and Chiapas. Monterrey Jack cheese. It is an American semi-hard cheese quite popular in Mexico. It can be combined with white pepper and also made into spicy cheese. It is cooked to make a jack cheese sauce that is served as a condiment along with the nachos or can be grated and added in quesadilla. Queso fresco is literally the fresh cheese. Queso fresco is a soft, moist, and crumbly like feta, making it perfect for sprinkling over antojitos and beans. It is a whole milk cheese and can vary in saltiness. Queso fresco is often sold wrapped in banana leaf or corn husk. And also the goat cheese is still made. It is not popular as is harder to find in Mexican stores. Over the last so many years, Mexican specialty food have won the heart of millions. Some of regional specialties are guacamole. It is a kind of a dip or a sauce made by the crushing the pulp of ripened avocados in molcajete. Chopped tomato and onion are added for flavor and color, and lime juice. It is the most popular dish of the Mexico and is quite popular in Spain as well. Salsa is a generic word for Mexican sauce. The term is derived from Latin word sal, which means salty. A salsa is probably made with different kind of things, but the original and authentic salsa is made with the freshly pureed and chopped tomatoes combined with the herb and seasonings. Pico de gallo is also known as salsa crude. It is a mixture of chopped onion, tomatoes and cilantro. It is actually form of salsa but is served in small portions. Enchilada is a popular dish in the USA from the Mexican cuisine. Is made by stuffing corn or flour tortilla with refried beans, cheese, meat, etc. and covered with a chili pepper sauce and baked. Tacos is a half moon corn tortilla shell that is popularly filled with the salsa, refried bean, grilled meat, or sour cream and served along with the salsa, pico de gallo, or guacamole. Tostadas, these are the same as tacos. The only difference is the shape is like that of shell or a tart. Burrito, this is a flour tortilla which is stuffed with any kind of filling and rolled up like a roll. Quesadilla, it is the one of the most popular of all Mexican dishes and can be made in a variety of ways. Two tortillas can be sandwiched with the caramelized onions, sliced grilled meat, and large quantity of grated cheese. Tamale, it is made by filling a flour or corn tortilla with a sauteed or filling. These are then wrapped in a corn husk and secured with a string. These are then steamed until firm and then served. Mole. Mole is a popular word for all kinds of sauces. This dish is made by using poblano chilies and sauce is bitter chocolate. There are a variety of unique equipment used by the Mexican people in their kitchen. Some of them are cazuela, it is basically a Mexican pottery dishes. These are large clay dishes are ideally for steaming mole and other sauce because the clay heats the content evenly, eliminating burnt spots. Cazuelas are shallow, usually 5 to 7 inches deep and rounded like a bowl. They often are handled for easier handling or over open fire. The outside are sometimes painted with a bright, beautiful colors and inside is glazed and the clay imparts a wonderful flavor to the dish. Ola is also known as barrow. Barrow literally means mud, but generally means clay, and ola means pot. Olas are large, deep clay pots perfect for simmering beans, stew, and soups. The clay heated evenly and is perfect for all day cooking over the direct flame. The clay can be fragile and sensitive to the thick temperature changes. Cooking in the clay pot imparts an earthy flavor to the dish. Comal is a large round griddle usually made of clay, aluminium or cast iron, but the more modern ones usually have a non-stick finish. They are used to warm tortillas and roast chilies and vegetables. They can range in a size from large dinner plate to 2 feet in diameter. Montate, mano hand grinder, a large tool usually made of stone or lava rock. It consists of a large stone surface slightly concave sitting on three short legs. It is usually about the size of a large rectangular platter. This is a large cylinder of stone that is rolled on a surface to grind or mix the item placed on it. Sometimes the legs are longer, allowing the user to sit in front of it. Molakazete, a small wood, stone, or clay bowl with a elongated cylinder of same material that is rounded on each end. A small amount of cheese or spice or food is placed in the bowl and the end of cylinder is used to smash the item against the sides of bowl in a circular motion is pulverized. Tortillero is basically a equipment which is used for pressing tortillas. Mostly made from wood, they are also made of cast iron. It consists of a large round plates or block of wood and that have placed a ball of dough and pressed together to form a tortillas. Fondue pots are the new modern version used in Mexican cuisine as many Guests from European countries taste in Mexican wants to have a fondue along the Mexican dishes. After reading about the Mexican cuisine, we came to the conclusion that the food of Mexican cuisine have a lot of flavor, which is the result of their cultural diversity, geographical location, and climatic change adapted by the people of Mexico and converted those into opportunities for cuisine development. Fresh and preserved, both the ingredients are mixed in and used in Mexican cuisine. The wine and cheese both plays an important role in the Mexican cuisine. The content for this are International Cuisine and Food Production Management by P.S. Bali, E.P.G. Patshala, and Fury of Cookery by Krishna Arora. Feel free to ask any question at hod.hcmi@gmail.com or you can call at 981 5353 055. Keep learning and thank you.